What's up, everybody? It's me, it's Alexis Maurice and
Trey Hollywood.
And it's time for an all-new episode of Hollywood Happening. So go ahead and pour yourself a glass of wine. Tonight we are drinking on Sutter Home a sweet red. Put on some lipstick, pull up a chair, because it is time for us to discuss the latest happenings in entertainment news, in celebrity gossip, in Hollywood. While we go ahead and take our first sip, go ahead and like this video. Share it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube. Just share it all over the place, because you know we're trying to come all the way on up. Trey, how have you been doing, my friend?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. Not bad at all.
That's good. That's good.
A lot has been going on, so let's go ahead and get started. It's a nice little sweet little blend today. So on this past Friday, LilMama. You guys remember LilMama? That little song, lip gloss.
Be poppin'. Lip gloss be cool. She also played Left Eye in the TLC movie.
In the TLC movie as well. She released a video on this past Friday entitled Sausage. So you guys remember the whole little sausage video
Phenomenal
thing that started on Vine? What is the beat? Sausage.
Sausage. My sausage. My name is on something, and I don't like sausage. I'm a gay girl, but can I still
But still I can't.
Can I eat sausage?
Sausage, right? Exactly. So you guys remember that whole phenomenon. So LilMama decided to take that. I guess she was inspired and created a song,
right,
or whatever. And it was released on YouTube this past week. Have you had the opportunity to kind of look at it?
What, the video?
Yeah.
How many times have I watched it?
Oh, okay. Do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good, decent video as well. So she took a lot of artists' lyrics or ideas or concepts, and she balled into this whole big thing, or whatever the case may be. So she's bit things off of Madonna, Michael Jackson, Fetty Wap, Big Sean, Cheddar the Connect, Mary J. Blige. I felt she killed it in that particular part of the video as well.
That made me think that she could play Mary J. Blige.
Exactly. A-Town, Khalees, or whatever. And it was all on top of Mona Lisa, which is Slick Rick's track, or whatever the case may be. It's a lot of high energy dancing. It's a lot of throwback fashions. It's basically paying complete homage, of course, to the 90s, you know, the 90s music or whatever. People like MC Lyte, Missy Elliott has all given her the stamp of approval. She gets my stamp of approval, even though I would like to see LilMama be a little bit more original, but I like the fact that she kind of balled up everyone. She, you know, everyone's.
It really showed the versatility and the creativity.
Yeah.
Especially for her to do all of that and actually put not only to a song, because somebody could just make a song and just be it, but she actually put a video together.
Yeah, the lyrics flowed.
And it went back to the 90s, even when you think about when she had the Ninja Turtle jacket.
Oh my God, I loved it.
It was just, it was
I used to love, okay, so my favorite cartoons were Ghostbusters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those are really my two favorite cartoons. Yeah, I would have to say I had the Turtle Van. Every time I would go cut my grandma's grass, she would pay me $25, and I would go buy Hot Wheels. I would go buy Ninja Turtles, the whole complete collection, all of that stuff. I loved it all, or whatever. But those are my favorites, and I saw that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
You know, I caught that. Mine was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love them. I love Street Sharks. I don't know if you remember that.
Don't know what that is.
The Gargoyles.
Don't know. I didn't watch that. X-Men was another favorite.
Yeah, I couldn't wait for X-Men to come on.
Yeah.
Along with the little
and Power Rangers, of course. Power Rangers wasn't really a cartoon, but it was
Pokemon.
I did not watch that. That was the devil. That is the devil. Pokemon is of the devil.
So that's the original. That's the original Illuminati.
Right, all of that stuff. I did not get down with people who watch Pokemon.
I played with the cards. I had the video game with the Game Boy.
Right, y'all had cards and calling on spirits and all kinds of stuff like that. Don't nobody got time for that, Trey. I did not watch the little things flying around in the sky and they talking foreign language. I didn't watch that either. All of that's demonic stuff. Gargoyles was demonic. I don't watch that stuff.
Okay, what about I know you had to watch Captain Planet.
Oh, I did watch Captain Planet. Okay. Now, I love Captain Planet. Captain Planet, he's a hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero.
I forgot the rest after that.
Bad guys who like to pollute and plunder. Yeah, y'all pay for this, Captain Planet. Where the Captain Planet? Where the planet is?
You could be one too. No. You could be one too, cause saving our planet.
You don't pay for this, Captain Planet.
Where the planet is.
No. No, it didn't start off like that.
Yes, you'll pay for this Captain Planet.
Will the Planet
Captain Planet?
Will the Planeteers?
And you can be one too, cause saving our planet is the thing to do. Looting and polluting is not the way. Hear what Captain Planet has to say. The power is... Trey, we did this before on this show, I think. Man, I don't remember. I remember saying that.
Right. But, LilMama, congratulations. I really want you to win. Trey sounds like he wants you to win.
Sounds like it.
You've done a great job displaying your versatility as an actress. Maybe you should try to play that out a little bit more. And maybe, hopefully, the music will keep coming this summer. I love that Missy Elliott even told her, you know, we need to get back to the point where music makes us dance and music make us have a good time and stuff like that. So congratulations to you, and hopefully you continue to build on your overall success. Let's talk about another phenomenon that kind of took over YouTube, because her video took over YouTube and social media. People were clowning LilMama, but I liked it. But this whole Beyonce on beat thing, Trey, what was this all about?
I was trying to find out where the originated,
where the origins were,
who started it. But when it started, it took over. It spread like a California wildfire.
Right. So, I mean, what was this whole Beyonce on beat thing?
Well, what happened is that people were actually taking performances of her. Mm-hmm. Like, say, for example, if she was performing at the BET Awards, which she doesn't do, so let's just say maybe the Grammys. She was performing at the Grammys, and let's say wherever her routine might have been, people were taking other people's songs
and laid it on top
of her, and made the dance routine look like it was actually it goes with that song.
Right.
So that's why it was called Beyonce Always on Beat.
And it was some very creative stuff, like all jokes aside.
It was.
And when you look at it, I'm like, okay, I'm looking to see if they had sped up, you know, the videos, but a lot of them weren't. The way she was dancing, she was just always on beat. My favorite one was the one where she was on stage and she would gyrate across the place like this, and she would pat her hair like this right here. That was my favorite one. That was my favorite one. Now, what I did not like was how, you know, all of these other Go Hard fans started creating their favorite artists on beat too. So they did Brandy on beat. They did
I didn't make it.
Now, Whitney Houston on beat was cute. Yeah. Now, I only saw one of Whitney Houston, but that one that she was on was really, really cute, child.
100 rounds, you know them slums gon' come. Your hoe will get slayed. 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 Bring her around these slums. Your hoe will get slayed. Your hoe will get slayed.
Whitney was going in. But I just thought
why don't you like it? Why don't you like that? Because
because I didn't like it, because that was Beyonce's moment.
It's not Beyonce's moment. It's Beyonce's fans.
It was her fans created a moment for her. So, let her have it.
So Rihanna fans wanted to create a moment.
Let them call it something else, Trey. Let them call it something else.
Whitney always
reloaded Well, Whitney is gone. She's gone on to be with the Lord. She's transitioned, so that's a different story. Mm-hmm. Okay, Whitney is an excuse. And plus, there was only one video really that I saw of Whitney. You know, I love, you know, Beyonce. I love her. You know, she gets on my nerves sometimes, but let her be great. And not everybody trying to push their own fan thing too. That was not cute in my personal opinion. Just hating. Just straight hating. That's all it was. Let her have her moment.
But when other people do things with their fans, and everybody always bring up Beyonce. So what do you say when,
Beyonce can do that because she's at the top of her game.
Well, then let other people.
But they're not on the same caliber.
These are not even the celebrities that's doing it.
I don't care who it is.
So say for example,
let her fans have their moment with their hashtag.
Say for example.
That's all I'm saying.
Say for example, if Christina Aguilera fans decide
nobody would ever do that for Christina Aguilera. Come again.
Can you let me speak?
Come again. Give me a better example.
Say that Jennifer Lopez fans decide to.
Well, she ain't got that many songs anyway.
Who? Jennifer Lopez?
She got a lot of songs, but don't nobody buy her music.
Clearly, she do. She keep putting shit out.
Well, she does it for the love of the music.
Let's just say that J-Lo fans decide to make a video and it's a phenomenon, a takeover. Of course, it's going to be backlash. Well, Beyonce do this, or Beyonce did, or this, Beyonce. Like, it's okay to actually have a trend of things. That's why it's called a trend. That's why it's called a fad, because you actually just do it and it moves on. So if somebody wants to make one of their fave, then let them.
But I hate that, because I hate when I do something or say that I'm going to do something and people, there's some real shiesty people out there. This has happened to me. I'll say that I'm going to do something and then someone go run and do it.
Oh, trust me.
Oh, I hate that. Or even after I've done something that's a little exclusive, or, you know, it's very, it expresses my individuality, and then somebody turn around and do it too. That irks me or whatever. So I'm pretty sure the Beehive was upset when the people like you, or,
I didn't make it.
Well, you know, your fans, the Forever Crew. What do you call it?
I didn't make it. The first one that I saw.
What are Brandy's people called? What do y'all call?
Stars.
Stars. The Brandy Stars, or whatever the case may be. They did it. But anyway, I'm done with that whole conversation. But speaking of Beyonce, I was reading an interesting article the other day.
Really? How interesting?
And basically what it was saying was that Tidal, when it comes to Tidal. Yeah. Now, Beyonce is, of course... whatever, Trey. So Beyonce, of course, is, I think, signed to Sony and Warner, if I'm not mistaken. And... a subsidiary of. But what was happening was they were threatening, what was alleged that they were threatening, Sony was threatening to take down all of Beyonce's catalog from the Tidal online streaming. And it's because they couldn't come to an agreement as far as how much they want to be making off of this whole Tidal deal. Right. Or whatever. Naturally, I don't think Jay-Z then was wanting to pay that much. But they did come out and say, you know, that wasn't necessarily true. We have no plans as of this moment to remove her music or take her music down off of the catalog. But I thought it was kind of interesting, you know, that Queen Bee is a part owner in this particular business, right. But there was a possibility that her music couldn't even be, you know, could be included in the actual catalog. But as of right now, and they did say as of now, we have no plans, but hopefully Tidal and Sony will be able to work out something where, you know, the streaming music, you know, they'll be able to play Beyonce's and continue to be able to play and stream Beyonce's music. Now, Jay-Z was actually also up on a criticism as well in conjunction with this, because Jay-Z kind of called out the African-American, the black community for not supporting Tidal, as we do Nike, as we do Google, or as we do, you know, any other company, Apple, or whatever. He called out those three specific companies. And it's true. We don't support our own.
Racist when he did it.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like maybe a reverse racism, kind of trying to guilt trip, you know, his people into buying it. Or whatever. I told you guys last episode that I am going to subscribe to Tidal. I haven't done it yet. I did download the application on my phone, but I am going to subscribe to it because I do think it is a good thing for us to support our own. But he was up on a criticism because he posted a picture of the Tidal team, and most of the people in the picture
are what?
Were of Caucasian descent.
Oh, but then he want to talk trash about the black people.
Now, in their defense, Tidal is not based here in the United States. I think it's based in Norway, or it's based in another country.
They got black people over there.
They do, which I think it's only 2% of the population. Over there. 2% of the population is black, if I'm not mistaken.
Should have hired that whole 2%. The whole 2%
or get people to move over there. I would say that, Jay. You know, I would say if you're going to try to guilt trip, or you want us to be participating, you know, to subscribe to it, you might want to try to hire a little bit more black people or whatever, because it's kind of it's almost like a oxymoron in the sense, I need black people to subscribe and help me out, but you ain't got no black people on the staff.
Like Lee Daniels, when he said he don't like white people writing for black characters.
Exactly.
He got black people
he went and got minority writers, of course, on his team. So you might want to do the same thing too.
You can't bash your community or your people who you want to support you, and then your majority is of the other race.
Now, Tidal was a company that he acquired, he purchased, or whatever. So maybe he didn't, you know, see fit to fire all the people who was already on the payroll.
You're fired.
And stuff like that. But interesting thing about Tidal. Let's move on to ChrisBrown.
Who?
ChrisBrown.
See, mother.
So, what happened with ChrisBrown, Trey? Do you know a little bit about it?
Well, ChrisBrown, we know he acts out. He gets over emotional. He just let
he's
like the light skin get to him.
Right.
You know, people say that us light skin people
are always in your feelings. Yes, you are.
It's because we got
very emotional.
And you know,
very sensitive.
But anywho, he gets all up in his feelings
because
balls. I have those.
Grow a bigger pair.
I don't want a bigger pair.
Well, you need to stop. You need to.
Why? For what? They're good at whatever.
You know, man up a little bit.
Y'all
light-skinned people just drain me.
Yeah.
Drain me too.
That's why I'm not light-skinned.
Okay, carry on, Trey.
So, there's pictures of that he, I guess, does not like that Karrueche, his ex-girlfriend, posts on her Instagram.
Right.
He goes on his rant and starts threatening. We all know that this chocolate, very nice-looking TysonBeckford.
44-year-old.
Whew.
I hope I look that good when I'm 44.
Well, you look good right now.
Yeah, but better. You know, as I slim down.
When you just stay consistent.
You know.
And it happens.
Stay what?
Consistent. Consistency is
it
the
didn't
key.
sound like that's what you said.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Consensus. You thought I said that?
That's what I thought you said. But of course, right. Trey is right.
He acts out and he started threatening TysonBeckford baby mama, TysonBeckford child. And he just went on and on and on. I'll meet you here. I'm gonna be here. Like, why, Chris?
Yeah, Chris specifically said, "You want to keep walking them runways? I need to legs for that." I don't understand what that meant. But keep playing like I ain't with the bullshit. Chris did go back and delete most of the tweets after he said that.
Always does
Which he does, you know, sometimes. You know, and I think that's a ploy. You say what you want to say, then delete the tweets. But once it's out there, it's out there.
Screenshot.
Right, screenshot, whatever the case may be, print screen, whatever the case may be, it's going to be there. Then Tyson retaliated, put up, you know, I'm not scared. You know, them tweets or whatever don't scare me. He put up a picture of something with him with a gun in his hand, shooting range. And, you know, it was just kind of went completely left. Like the whole thing went completely left. And all of this was as a result of some type of, you know, as Trey stated, a picture that Karrueche and Tyson put up. Karrueche was in town. Everybody was in Vegas. You know, Tyson was doing his little Chippendale thing out there. She was going to the show to see him, so it was just a selfie moment. It wasn't anything like that. ChrisBrown was in his feelings. He posted what he posted. Tyson posted what he posted. But later, ChrisBrown admitted that he was wrong, and he actually stated this when he actually tweeted another apology, which I don't really understand because I felt that he didn't add Tyson in it. It was like he was talking to...
It was publicist.
Yeah, or whatever. But no drama. People are really starting to make this an issue. I can be a real one and say that I was wrong for even pressing an issue. I can be a man about it. Tyson, of course, accepted his apology and the beef was squashed. Now, what I don't like is that little girl, Karrueche. Now, after the incident, in the midst of the apology and when everything started going down, she puts up a picture on Instagram of her lip all bust up. And there wasn't no explanation of what it was.
She just said a rough day in Chicago.
Right, and so it was kind of like one of those things where she was insinuating that something might have happened to her. I don't know if that was her intentions. Well, in my personal opinion, I think that was her intentions to generate a lot of buzz. I just feel that this girl does a lot of stuff for her attention. She ain't learned nothing from that little mess or that little show that she did with Iyanla, of course, Van Zandt on Fix My Life. Or whatever. I don't think it worked either. And I don't understand why she would do that to spark up enough, to spark up additional controversy. Now, it did later come out that that picture that she put up, I guess, was makeup for an upcoming film that she's in.
Some type of role, because don't she play in something, some little baby, some little web series or series.
I'm not here for her.
But
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a reach for attention. Like a lot of people do in the industry nowadays, they post stuff to get attention, to start something, to just do the fucking most.
Yeah.
I want her to stop. I want ChrisBrown to stop with his outbursts and his blow up.
But you know, one thing I would say, ChrisBrown is an incredibly talented young man. He can sing, Trey. Like ChrisBrown can really sing. Over the night, I was tagged in a series of videos that one of my friends, Jamarcus P. Shout out to Jamarcus, the stylist up in New York City. Fashion from the gods, or Fashion of the Gods. I'm sorry, I forgot what it was. But anywho, he tagged this artist he tagged me in a lot of his pictures, and he kind of claims that the guy is Jay-Z's secret weapon. Like, dude can blow. He's a white guy. He can sing. He kind of gives Sam Smith a run for his money. I'm going to show you who he is or whatever. But, he tagged me in all of those pictures, and I forgot completely where I was going with that.
Well, you had mentioned how Chris Brown was absolutely talented.
Right, and so there was a 2-part clip of this guy. Like, this guy is in a room with all the movers and shakers. Like, you know, when it comes to the A-list stars, when it comes to the A-list people behind the scenes, he's with all these people. So it's like he's building up to something, and, you know, per his post and everything, but we don't know exactly what it was. But the picture that he had with Jay-Z was like, you know, big things coming, all that kind of stuff like that. But it was this clip with, he was playing the piano, singing, and Chris Brown was matching him. And it was just cool just to see Chris Brown, and it was in an environment like this, and Chris Brown was just straight singing. Like, beautiful voice. He's talented. He can dance. He can act. He can sing. Or whatever. He's definitely a triple threat. And Chris Brown, I think, is going to be so much more.
He can act.
Yeah, he acts. He's been in a couple of movies.
What did he do that was great at acting? He was in movies on me he can act. He was in some movies. But the boy, he ain't show me nothing the way he can act. He had a couple lines in what was the not Why Get Married, but
somebody's hating.
I ain't hating. I'm just saying I'm stating facts. I like Chris Brown.
That's the facts according to you.
What has he shown that he's a good actor? That's just like saying Rihanna.
Well, he was
in some movies.
This Christmas. He was in
when she was taking
the
pictures.
Movie
he was singing.
When in the kind of the whatever, Trey. Stop. You're hating. You need to stop.
The movie when he was trying to, when his roles kept trying to holler at the girl.
When he was with Idris Elba in that movie.
He was in some movies, but I don't mean
he's been in a series of movies. I think he does a good job. Or whatever, you know, he's not an Academy Award winning actor or something like that. But let that man be great.
I want him to be great. I want him to stay off the drugs so he can continue to give us live performances.
Well, he said he doesn't do drugs anymore.
Child.
He doesn't. I believe him. I don't think he fools around with that stuff anymore. Allegedly.
Don't be gullible.
The drugs that he used allegedly, or whatever the case may be. But you know, Chris Brown is very, very talented. Or whatever, and you know, once he calms down a little bit, you know, once he levels out, I think he's gonna, you know, take things, of course, to a whole nother level. Okay. Just my personal opinion. Stomp the Yard this Christmas. He was in Into the Woods. That's not the same one.
No.
The one that just came out. Takers. That was the movie that I was talking about. He was in Think Like a Man.
Well, he had a supporting role, and he had a supporting role in Stomp the Yard. A supporting role in Think Like a Man, because all he did was a couple of lines.
Well, nobody ever said that he was.
He did a couple of lines.
He was a lead in this Christmas.
You say he's a great actor. He
does a good job, Trey. Okay, let me not say great or whatever. Let that man do what he do. You are. Ooh, gosh.
I take acting very seriously. I'm sorry. And when you say that he's a great actor, where is he a triple threat at with great acting? He's an amazing writer.
Moving along.
He's an amazing dancer. He's an amazing singer.
But he can't be an amazing actor.
He can be if he puts work into it.
Well, he got receipts. He does.
He does have movies credits.
He got receipts.
But they put Beyonce in movies, and we know she can't act.
He got receipts, Trey. And she got them too.
Anywho, next on somebody who also is a great actress because she's been in a movie. Iggy Azalea. She's an amazing actress.
What movies is she
was in Fast 7.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I haven't seen it. I didn't know that.
So she's a great actress. She had like three lines.
Shut up, Trey.
But anywho.
Right.
Iggy Azalea.
My damn nerves.
Iggy Azalea had a concert.
Tour. She was going on tour.
She was going on tour, which had previously been postponed, but now at this point has been canceled.
For the second time.
The name of her tour was the Great Escape Tour, and basically, obviously, she couldn't escape from all this bad luck because
her tour can't get off the ground. Basically,
she
been practicing. She done gotten beefs with who background dancer she stole or something like that. Was it Taylor Swift? Somebody background dancer she stole. There was some beef.
So she went over there to Taylor Swift camp, took the people, and went back, and she stole them,
and still didn't go on tour.
So that's how she stole them.
Yeah, she went and stole her background dancer.
I don't see how you stolen. I don't see how that's how.
She must have offered a better, something,
or a team offered a better deal.
Regardless of the case,
the people saw.
There's a lot of other talent out there that she could go and pull from. Talent pool out there she could pull from. She went and stole that girl's background dancers, and then look what happened. They obviously didn't pray before they decided to go with Iggy Azalea, because if they did, the Lord would have revealed to them that it was a bad Holy Ghost.
Okay.
It was a bad deal.
Right.
My God. Fix it, Jesus. So, now, go ahead.
I'm just going to read you some of the information in regards to the tour.
It gets so stupid.
Ticket holders were notified via email that the dates on the tour will no longer happen and that Iggy will tour in 2016 instead.
Next year.
The Iggy Azalea Great Escape Tour scheduled this fall has been canceled and the refunds are available at the point of purchase. There'll be a new tour planned around Iggy's new album that will release in 2016. They do apologize for any type of inconvenience. And that was the statement that was read. So, I mean, Iggy's kind of torn because she tweeted about it and was sad. I feel bad for her. This is why I feel bad for her. Because Iggy came out of the gate. She didn't bash anybody. She just wanted to be a white rapper.
Australian.
A lighter-skinned rapper. And she didn't bash anybody. She didn't come for nobody. She just came out, went to do her thing. T.I. backed her up. And instantly, she was bashed. She was criticized. She was talked bad about. It's like at that point, you get to a boiling point as a human being where you got to defend yourself.
And she used to lash out on Twitter.
She did.
I used to get on her about doing that.
But you get to a boiling point where you get frustrated and you feel like you have to lash back.
Well, she's going to continue to get lashing and thrusting and all that because she canceled her damn tour. She could have at least went on like a 10-city tour.
No, I think what happened
New York, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Miami, DC, Philly, the big city. She could have at least did that.
But what happened is, just like you just said, she went and stole Nicki Minaj, stole her, who she had performing with her. Because remember, she had a lined up person who was going to be touring with her, and then she left and went with Nicki Minaj tour. So it's
I would have too.
My thing is,
jump ship.
My thing is, you mentioned about her stealing Taylor Swift or whoever else dancer she stole. It's all about a business. It's what you need.
No.
But the thing about it is, I just feel like nobody will support her. She can't go on a tour if nobody's going to support her. That's just like Beyonce.
But I think she does have supporters, but she keeps letting her fans down.
I don't think it's her.
Because this is the second time that this is happening.
Because so many people are against her rather than for her.
I mean, this is the thing. Iggy does what Iggy wants to do. There's enough money to be made. There's enough albums to be sold. There's enough concerts to be, had. It may not be, Gwinnett Place or whatever that Gwinnett Place or whatever. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, hell, Ciara can go to Charlotte and sell out.
No, she canceled it.
She didn't cancel the Charlotte show.
She did.
No, she didn't. What's the name? Them went. Your friends went. What's the name? Then Daryl. The two who
that was in a different city.
The house together.
Darren Tate.
Yeah.
I thought it was in a different city.
No, it was in Charlotte.
Well, she canceled a North Carolina show.
Well, let me not say. Maybe it was Charlotte. Well, I know they went to it. I don't know if it was in Charlotte. I thought it was in Charlotte.
But it might have been, but I know she did cancel a North Carolina show.
But if Jasmine Sullivan can go sell out the Fillmore, because she did do that, or whatever, Iggy can at least do that. I hope that she can at least do that. I mean, she sells. She wins awards. I do kind of, pity her just a little bit because she can't seem to catch a break. People are just criticizing
Britney believed in her, obviously. Britney and J-Lo believe in her. They put her on the song.
I mean, but Iggy makes some pretty cute music. She
does. And that's what I think she needs to do. I think she needs to actually maybe wait for Britney to go on tour and go on tour with Britney. That might be a good move.
Yeah, maybe she can't. She probably can't headline her own tour just yet.
Yeah.
So tag on to somebody else and ride the coattail, honey.
Iggy, go on with Britney.
We saying it. Let's think about it. Let's think about it from that particular perspective, right? But I hope Iggy can get it together. But she just keeps making her camp continues to make these stupid decisions. Speaking of Ciara, we were talking about her just a few moments ago. It's been reported that she is the new face of Roberto Cavalli's 2015 fall-winter ad campaign. Finally.
She listened to us.
She's listening.
Because we've been saying this.
And a lot of people have been saying it. Ciara, you might just want to hang up the music hat.
Well, like my sister
for
said.
a little while. Who, Tara?
Yeah.
What she said?
She said, well, everybody should have the right to be talented in different things. She said she shouldn't be put in a box. If the girl wants to sing, that might be her first calling. Well, I said, well, then she need to leave it alone for a little while. But if the box is given, if it's given away,
if it's rotting away, then you may need to try something else. Like, I don't know. But, at the end of the day, you have to continue to be persistent. Regardless of what the naysayers say, you have to believe in your own dream. And it's just one of those things like J-Lo and Shaka Khan and all of them say, you know, they do music because they love it.
Yes.
It's not about selling, because they are already at the top of their game, of their peaked, you know, their career musically, you know, the music aspect of their career, they're peaked. So it's not about me making money, that's a plus, but it's just all about the love of music, and maybe Ciara just loves making music. I personally think that she does a better job just being quiet and taking photos. Don't sing, don't talk, don't do anything. Just take pictures.
Hello?
Who are you talking to?
I don't know. I feel like somebody just came in because the shade just got shady.
That's just my personal opinion. She just needs to shut up. Don't say nothing.
Just standing like,
right. And pose, give face, because she does a phenomenal job at that. A phenomenal job at that. And then, you know, I don't know.
you know?
I bet you stop me. The song grows on me now.
Oh, now.
Yeah.
It's been out for...
Right. It's kind of cute. Oh, whatever. But congratulations to Ciara. We wish you much continued success.
We wish you a merry...
Things didn't work out with Future, but you got a baby out of the deal.
Oh, name Future.
Congratulations.
So
the album went aluminum foil, as we stated before. So, you know, maybe this whole mumbling thing would take off a little bit more for her.
Possibly. Well, shout out to you, Ciara.
Right.
I'm happy for you.
Okay. Old people having Twitter beefs, Trey.
Okay, wait. So I thought that was just something that was our generation, like maybe the generation a little younger. But, okay. Cheryl Lynn. If you don't know who Cheryl Lynn is.
I got a little buzz.
You got a little buzz? That's why I got that one. I want you to get a little buzz. Just a little lit. Like.
I just ain't ate really all day.
Oh, that what it is? So Cheryl Lynn. Get him a little bit of Cheryl Lynn. The song we was. Got to be real. It's got to be real.
Right.
Got to. Now y'all know the little video thing that come on. I know a lot of y'all
what
watch.
Say now. What you know now. To be real.
Got to be real. It's got to be real. That's Cheryl Lynn.
What you know. And we used to play that song in a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played on the marching band.
So Cheryl Lynn, who is
What you know. To be real. Got to be real. I'm sorry.
Cheryl Lynn, who has been on this
To
world.
be real. Okay, I'm sorry.
She's been on this world for almost 2 decades.
Check her catalog, honey, because she is not a one-hit wonder.
Go to the
How you doing?
Well, her albums never really did more than gold, but I mean, they always.
She
they
did.
She
She beat Ciara.
They always.
She beat Ciara.
I ain't saying debut, but I mean, shit. But anywho, she's been reaching out, and I'm thinking, because I did a little more research to this, she's supposedly coming out with a Divas compilation album. So she's been reaching out to Anita Baker, you know, via text or phone call, and Anita Baker has not been getting back to her, which maybe because Anita might be a little busy, you know.
But Cheryl also says they were good friends. They were always sweet and cordial to one another.
That sounds like Anita. That sounds like Anita.
Right.
But so Cheryl Lynn decides to jump onto one of the most profound, the most high populated social media networks, Twitter.
Okay.
And she starts.
You said how populated.
That shit is hot populated. You missed something.
Just say popular, Trey. Just say popular.
It's popular. I don't know if it's more popular on Instagram. Instagram
populated.
It's like a highway, like 285 at 3 o'clock.
Right.
So.
Oh my God, it's flooded. Did you know that?
Yeah, I saw I had posted the picture, but it was the 85 cent.
Is that true though?
Yeah, it was a water main that broke.
Oh, okay.
But of course, the rain added to it. Sorry, God, for the topic, guy. We had a little flood here in Atlanta.
And continue prayers for the people in Texas.
I talk to them. I talk to them constantly because I work in insurance.
Well, my friend Jermaine told me he lives in Houston. In Houston, I think last Sunday it had a lot of flooding.
It started Saturday.
Yeah, he said it's not as bad as people are trying to make it seem.
Whoa.
The media. He says that Sunday night it was at its peak. He said, but they keep looping the same images over and over again. That's what he said. He lives there now.
Correct? Because when I deal with claims,
he says that
I deal with claims,
people lie.
No, I have when I deal with these claims, and there's people who cars who cars are water up to their dashboard, and water and their cars are floating in the parking lot. I'm speaking with police officers too. You know.
Well, I mean, but what he's saying, Trey,
is that not that bad?
Is that it's in specific areas.
Yeah,
it's not the whole city of Houston is up underwater. That's what he was saying.
It was Houston, Austin. It was another city I can't remember, and Dallas. Yes. And but you got people who it's water up to their counters, and I know the counters ain't this high.
I can't imagine that.
And that's what I'm finding these claims. So that is a lot. I'm talking about people ain't making the money. Shit.
He said the media
let my water be my account.
Is making it more worse than what it is. He said what he said.
And what he said is some bull.
Well,
so anywho,
I just have to go with my source.
And I'm your source.
You are not credible.
I almost walked away. I was like this. I was gone.
Anyway,
I was already over there.
Bye, Felicia.
I was already over there.
Bye.
Anywho,
somebody waiting for you at the door.
They need to be.
Okay.
They need to be. They got a pizza. I want a chicken pizza.
Girl, bye. Carry on.
Pretty on fleek. Okay, so Cheryl Lynn basically attacks Anita Baker via Twitter. We used to be good friends. She says that, you know, one of the things that got me is when she said, I don't know what changed. And I want you to read. Do you have it?
I actually don't have it.
Well, basically, she stated that she was basically saying, I don't know what changed, maybe the voice. So it's basically saying she was saying that Anita Baker
shady.
Now, we know about Anita Baker, and we know Anita Baker. We basically barely know Cheryl Lynn.
We know Cheryl Lynn according to her. She said check her registry.
She did.
She said check her registry.
The only song I knew was that one.
Yeah, got to be real. That's the only
I know she worked with J Supreme back in the early 2000s. With a song called Encore or Your Love Encore or whatever the case may be. But Cheryl, don't come for Anita Baker. You need to gather yourself, sit down and come together, and don't try to use Twitter to promote this compilation album that you got going out.
You don't know that that's what that lady trying to do.
That's what she's trying to do, because just like Karrueche always trying to do something for attention, this is what Cheryl Lynn did. She was sitting at the drinking wine with one of her friends. She said, girl, you know what you need to do? Anita ain't gonna say nothing. So get on there and attack Anita. So
don't nobody sit around and think about no evil shit like that.
Say, go ahead and start tweeting. Don't call her name. Don't do no. Just start talking shit. You know what Anita Baker did?
She went spiritual on her.
She blocked her.
Yeah. But she blocked her beforehand though.
Because she don't need to be blocked.
Well, according to Lynn says she has some questions. Well, Cheryl says she has some questions for Anita. And she's been trying to contact Anita, and Anita will not answer her telephone calls or her voice messages or her text messages.
Well, don't contact
so she went to Twitter
have your people
to try to contact her, and come to find out she blocked. I want to know the root cause of all of this, Trey. The root cause, regardless of what happened or whatever the verbal exchange or the electronic exchange on Twitter,
she need to DM her.
There is a question or questions that need to be answered, and I want to know, Cheryl. Let me know, girl, what it is. What kind of questions you got for Anita? Because I need to know.
A mess.
You can DM me. You can call me 803-807-72. But girl, email me. Or write me on YouTube or Instagram, direct message me or something, because I needs to know what you got to ask Anita. Because maybe I can help you. Maybe Trey and I can help you. You got to tell us what these questions is that you need answers. QTNA. Pound QTNA. That's what you do, Anita. If you want, Cheryl, if you want to be messy, since she won't answer your telephone calls, she won't return none of your text messages, your direct messages. She done blocked you on Twitter, girl. You can't direct message her on Instagram. This is what you do. You go on Twitter and you hashtag Anita Baker, and you also put hashtag QTNA, questions that need answers. Also, and ask them questions. Also, just put questions out in the atmosphere.
Also, hashtag
and let us know. And hashtag Hollywood Happiness. Go ahead and do that, girl, and we can help you get them answers.
Yes.
Okay? Because I'm nosy as hell. Okay? And I want to know what these questions is you got to ask Anita. Because if it's a mess, girl, we need to get to the root cause of this so we can come up with some type of resolution. Now, one thing about me, I'm always about identifying areas of opportunities and problems. However, I am also about resolution.
Right.
Okay? So if you're going to put them out there, and let's get to the bottom.
All right.
That's all I got to say about the whole situation.
Greatly spoken. We're gonna go ahead and move on to something that I didn't even watch.
You don't watch one? You didn't watch it?
I did not watch it.
Okay. Love and Hip Hop, The Wedding, live, Memorial Day. Go.
Where am I going? Where the hell am I going? Because I ain't watched it. All I saw was pictures.
I saw it. I saw a piece of it when it was actually live. So you guys know, what's her name? Yasmin?
Oh
God, what's her name? Trady.
Yandy.
We are so unprepared.
I knew her name, but I couldn't get it out because I'm thinking about Yasmin.
Married her longtime boyfriend, baby daddy.
I always call her Mercedes.
No, it's not Mercedes. Mendeecees.
His mama named him this.
And she crazy. Mendeecees mama is off the chain. Let me not say crazy. She's just off the chain. She's a lesbian too.
His mother's a lesbian.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember that scene where the two women were sitting down talking to the other girl and her mama?
Oh, what show?
On this show, Love and Hip Hop,
New York.
I don't watch that. They threw a glass.
I don't watch that.
I don't either, but I saw that clip. But anywho, Mendeecees got married to. I don't look at guys like that. But Mendeecees got married to Yandy. Beautiful wedding, and they did it live, which I thought was kind of cutting edge, just a little bit.
But it was live.
It was cutting edge for Mona Scott Young. Shout out to Mona Scott Young and her camp, in which all of the people from the different
reality shows
of the Love and Hip Hop franchise. So some of the people from Hollywood was there. Real Housewives of Atlanta. You had Love and Hip Hop New York. You had Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Stevie J actually hosted. And FYI, there was a little rumor going around that Stevie J actually tweeted something that insinuated that Jocelyn was cheating on him while he was in rehab.
We ain't got to that yet.
But I'm just saying it was a good opportunity just to slide that in there.
We ain't got to that yet.
Well, we're not going to make this in the whole thing. But anyway, there was just some rumors going around that, Stevie J, that Jocelyn was cheating on her. Now, I was saying that per their interactions on the actual wedding, the Love and Hip Hop live wedding, it didn't seem like there was something going on, but you know how you hide it, hide everything. Stevie J, FYI, did a phenomenal job hosting. But I actually enjoyed it. It was live. K. Michelle sang. There was some drama going on with K. Michelle and the fan too, where she kind of clapped back at a fan who, according to K. Michelle, posted a whole bunch of negative tweets. But she deleted those negative tweets and left the positive tweets up. Mm-hmm. But those negative tweets prompted.
She's in a positive spirit.
Yeah, those negative tweets provoked K. Michelle to respond to the girl, but she sung Leela James's song. Leela James from Hollywood, R&B Divas LA. Beautiful song. K. Michelle song. It was just a lot of stars, a lot of the reality show stars. Let me say that.
I'm about to say something again.
It wasn't A-list people, but it was a lot of the reality show stars that was actually there. So congratulations to Yandy. Like I said, I thought it was good. They had a couple of hiccups. So overall, for a live thing, Stevie J hosted, and unfortunately, the young lady who spearheaded the whole hosting piece of it, I can't remember her name, but it was nice. It was a very, 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 very nice event or whatever. So congratulations to Yandy and Mendeecees. And last but not least,
why would they name that child that?
Why would they name that child what?
Mendeecees or whatever.
I think it's kind of different. It's not necessarily ghetto like Tavares.
Oh.
Tavares.
Let's get this over with. I gotta go.
What? Let's get what over with. Tavares
episode.
Ghetto. FYI.
Anywho, so
I just think. What do you guys think? Is Tavares the name Tavares ghetto, or is it okay?
Yeah, is Tavares a ghetto name? I need to know that. I want to name my son.
Trey's name is Tavares. FYI. But last but not least, we definitely want to leave off and extend on behalf of Hollywood Happenings condolences to Joe Biden, Vice President Joe Biden, who lost his son on Saturday night. He had brain cancer. He was 46 years old. And just to give a little background about this, this is not the first time that he's kind of dealt with sickness. I don't know. But catch this. So, I think his name is BeauBiden. When he was 3, that's when Joe Biden's wife and his sister were both killed in a car accident. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, his dad was sworn into the Senate while the young guy, was he was badly injured in a car accident too. Also, his son suffered a life-threatening aneurysm in 1987. On top of that, in 2010, his son had a stroke. And then 2 years ago, he was diagnosed with brain cancer.
You know, that's kind of like the conversation that we were having yesterday. Remember the conversation we were having yesterday about, being emotional if somebody passed away? Remember we was at the outing?
Yeah.
And that's kind of that's the kind of one where you don't cry. Because they've been suffering,
He had a long... So we were having this discussion with a group of people, and there was one particular individual who said that when it comes to death, he doesn't cry when people die, regardless of who they are. It can be his mother, it can be his father,
his lover,
in some instances, even his child. He said he would cry for his child or weep for his child because of the fact that they didn't get the opportunity to experience life. But anyone who's of an adult age got to experience life, so there's no reason to cry. I thought his viewpoints were very interesting. Unfortunately, I don't necessarily agree with it because I do think, it's okay for people to mourn the loss of someone.
I think most people,
but you can't celebrate,
yeah, of course.
Life.
And I think mostly because I know, like when I've cried about people that I've lost, it's just the fact of knowing that they're not going to be there anymore to experience this with you, or you're crying about the stuff that you have experienced with them. So it's not really crying that, oh my God, they're not going to be here anymore. It's actually thinking about the things that y'all have done. Think about the things like when my grandmother passed away. Like I'm telling you, I jumped over the railing to that casket. You know what I'm saying? And it was because more so I cried. I felt because I have not seen her. Everybody, I felt I was jealous. I was jealous because all the great kids that saw her Thanksgiving and she passed away at Thanksgiving, I wasn't able to because my job didn't allow me to see her. So it was just like we cried for those different reasons, and I had missed her, and I felt like she told me because on Thanksgiving when I talked to her, she was like, "I miss you."
Yeah, I understand what you're saying when it comes to that because when my father passed away before my grandmother passed away, and I didn't cry as much as with my father. And I had a father who was active in my life, and he was also in my household. Him and my mother were together 24 years. When they passed away, they were going to celebrate their 25th year anniversary the year later. But I didn't cry as much with him. We had a good relationship, but we weren't as close. My father and I really got close when I went to college, which is kind of strange. But I was more mature and a little bit older, and he and I ended up finding a lot of we had a lot of similarities that I really didn't know existed when I was younger, because I felt that he and my brother and sister they were closer or whatever. I felt they had a lot of things in common, but as I grew older, come to find out, me and him had a lot in common. And it was one of those things where I saw the impact because one of the things I always used to say about my dad was I felt sometimes he wasn't there, even though he was there. He was so busy out there being a father or being a coach to a lot of young black guys in the community that didn't have a father. And I didn't understand it in a younger age, but it wasn't until his funeral that I looked out and I just saw all of these people.
He touched.
And it was overflowing where people were outside in the sun waiting until it was over to come and express their condolences to us. And I saw at that moment, I had a full circle moment. Even though I sometimes felt that he wasn't there with us, he was touching the lives of a lot more other people. And that was my full circle. My grandmother, when I cried with her, because when she passed, I had went out of town. I used to go over to my grandma's house when she took ill. She's a second-time breast cancer survivor because she survived this last stint with breast cancer, but unfortunately it had really damaged a lot of her, her organs and stuff like that. But every Friday I used to go over to her house and I used to sit down with her. When I got off work, I used to go over to her house and just catch up on the week. And this particular week I went out of town. It was Memorial Day weekend. I went out of town and I didn't go. But I came back Sunday night because I had to be to work Monday, unfortunately, on Memorial Day. But I had already made up my mind. As soon as I got off work, I was going over to her house. Went over to her. Well, I got the call. I got off at 5. The call came at 4. And my mama had told me my grandma passed away. And I was just like, are you serious? I was coming over there at 5 o'clock when I got off work because I wasn't able to be there that Friday, you know. So she was like, yeah. So I went over there and she was laying in the bed and I went to go say my goodbyes to her. And I cried when the mortician, not the mortician, the people, I forgot what they're called. But when they came and picked up her body and they rolled her out, I cried then. But I was able to come to terms with her death almost 2 months prior to that, because she and I had a conversation. This is why I understood where the guy was coming from. 2 months prior, me and her had a conversation where she had just got out of the hospital. You know, she was in the hospital. And she was just, you know, we were sitting in my sister's room back at my mom's house. And so she was laying in the bed and I went to go, hey, grandma. You know, she said, hey, Lex. She called me Lex. So, you know, I was sitting out talking. She said, you know, don't be sad about me. She was like, I have lived a very blessed life. She said, not only have I got to see my children, I have gotten to see my grandchildren, and I've gotten to see my great-grandchildren. I have not had to bury any of my kids. She was like, you know, I was able to put food on the table. You know, sometimes we went without. Sometimes the lights were off, but I was able to be there for my kids. I was able to support everybody. She was like, I've gone places. I've lived a very blessed life, Maurice. And she was just like, don't be sad for me. And I don't know, it was like this, the Holy Spirit just came upon me and was like, you know, listen to what your grandmother is saying. She's depositing wisdom into you. And a lot of people, I did this musical tribute to her during her funeral. And it kind of, it was really, really beautiful. Very thought out music and everything, telling some stories. And a lot of people was like, how could you, you know, if I, like you, how you went over the rail and you was there with your grandma.
After speaking at the funeral.
Right. It was one of those things where they was like, how in the world could you have gotten up there to do that? Because I could not have done that if that was my grandma. But it was that conversation that she and I had in the room that day that allowed me to be at peace with her death. And so I was able to share her experiences through song, you know, about her life and her raising her children and things of that particular nature. So, serious moment of silence for Joe Biden and his son. And we want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Hollywood Happenings. We love you and appreciate you, and we will see you next week for an all-new episode of Ciao.
Hollywood Happenings.
Hollywood.
Father waits upon his son, mother prays.